What's up internet, this is Victor with PhoneArena and today we're taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy Express. The Galaxy Express is a mid-range device that has already launched in the United States, but now it's making its way to Europe in a version that is similar but also different in key areas. It is the same 4.5-inch Android handset, but in this current modification it runs on an almost up-to-date Android 4.0 and features Qualcomm's energy-savvy 28nm Krait processor on a Snapdragon chip with 4G LTE support. That's definitely a big asset for a relatively affordable device, but you know Samsung had to cut it short somewhere to arrive at this low price. And indeed, it has, with the most visible shortcut being a 5-megapixel camera. How huge of a compromise is that? And is it worth making? Let's find out. If you appreciate original design, we definitely understand your frustration with the Galaxy Express. It is the same generic iteration of the Galaxy S3 pebble-like form that we have seen so many times already. It's practical and feels well in the hand with its nicely rounded corners and relatively thin profile, but it's definitely not awe-inspiring, not something that we'd feel attached to emotionally. On the front there is a single large physical home button that is comfortable to press. The lock key is on the right side and on the left is a volume rocker, both of which are easy to press. As in most Samsung devices, there is no dedicated physical shutter key for the camera, and instead you need to only rely on the on-screen buttons for image and video capture. The Galaxy Express comes with a 4.5-inch Super AMOLED Plus capacitive touchscreen. It is definitely low-res for its class with a WVGA resolution, but makes it up with vivid colors. Blacks are pitch black, contrast is great, viewing angles are wide, and sunlight legibility is good. The phone runs on Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean with a sprinkle of Touch with Nature UX flavor on top. Everything flows smoothly with absolutely no lag. The Nature UX is a cartoony looking skin. It brings improvements first and foremost to basic functionality. You have smart dialing in the Contacts app and you can swipe left on a contact to directly call them or swipe right to send a text message. Also, in Messages you can attach locations easily. Samsung is also bundling its usual suite of productivity applications with S Planner being the most notable replacement. It is a rich calendar app integrating content from your social networks. Samsung is also bringing S Cloud, its own cloud solution that you can use to sync contacts, calendar and S memos. You can choose to back up logs, text and multimedia messages and the wallpaper. Under the hood, the Samsung Galaxy Express has a serious brain, 1.2 GHz dual-core Qualcomm Snapdragon chip with Adreno 305 graphics and 1 GB of RAM. In our experience, the Qualcomm chip performed admirably on the Galaxy Express. We ran the latest graphically super intensive Real Racing 3 game and got it to run without a stutter, and we were impressed. The device is well equipped in terms of connectivity as well. 4G LTE supported on a mid-range device is a rarity in Europe and in most markets outside the United States as well. But the Galaxy Express supports it. That is one huge advantage over its competitors. While we can only admire the productivity of its processor and its lag-free performance, we were worried that all of this could be spoiled by a subpar camera. The Express features a 5-megapixel autofocus rear camera with LED flash capable of recording 720p HD video at 30 frames per second. The camera interface in Samsung's Touch with Nature UX is extremely rich, allowing you to tweak every possible setting you can imagine. We tend to think such freedom is only a good thing. The camera captures images of average detail with true-to-life, not overblown colors. Images, however, were on the soft side, with noise suppression kicking in a bit too aggressively, so certain parts of the image were smudgy. The same can be said about the 720p footage. It flowed smoothly without skipping frames, but it was on the soft side, again with smudged objects. Good news is the built-in video player supports a wealth of common formats. Of all the formats we threw at it, it stumbled only with DivX encoded movies and .mov files. The video player also supports pop-up play, a feature we first saw on the Samsung Galaxy S3, and it allows you to watch videos while doing something else on your phone. Having the 28nm Qualcomm Snapdragon with Krait on board is great news, not just for performance but also for battery efficiency. This device comes with a 2000 mAh battery, but it is the effective use of that capacity that will allow it to last nearly 2 days, which is quite impressive. Calling quality is as always of paramount importance, and we were happy to hear the voices of our callers loudly and clearly in the earpiece. On the other side of the line, our callers reported little side noise and natural tones in our voice for an overall good call quality. Finally, we can confidently say the Galaxy Express is a very solid mid-range device. It comes with two compromises that you have to take into account. The first one that we are ready to forgive it is its WVGA screen, which works out to be a subpar in terms of pixel density. The screen, however, is bright and vivid, which partly makes up for that. The second and more serious one is the 5-megapixel rear camera. It produces decent shots, but nothing too impressive, and if you plan on using the camera extensively, we would recommend you look at other options like even last year's HTC One S, which up to this day looks like an excellent value for the money with a great camera. But if that's not your primary concern and you care more about a great performing and energy-savvy device, the Galaxy Express will not disappoint, and you also get LTE as a bonus. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Victor for PhoneArena checking out, and you can also take a look at our website phonearena.com for a more detailed review. Once again, thanks for watching.